Yes, that's Thomas Bach congratulating Los Angeles for getting the hosting rights for the 2028 Summer Olympics. So that's it now. And there's a lot to talk about on the show today. Obviously, I believe and I suspect Nigeria's performance at the WAFU Cup of Nations will definitely dominate this segment of the show. The Spikers of Nigeria, against all odds, defeated the Black Stars of Ghana 2-0 to secure qualification into the last four. So tell us, what do you think? Do you think this set of the home-based Eagles can actually go all the way to win the WAFU Cup of Nations? We also talked about Rio Ferdinand as well, too. He will attempt to become a professional boxer at the age of 38. I mean, what are expectations of him? Do you think he has what it takes to go on to win a bout, not to talk about being a champion? So that's what Rio Ferdinand was. There's a lot to talk about on the show today. The EFL Cup as well is on the menu. So that's it. The D Tigers as well too. Yeah, I mean, your reactions and to the performance at the FIBA AfroBasket. So you can always talk to us on Twitter, channels_sports, and on Facebook, channels-sports. So that's it now. Toby Manuel is going to join us on the segment of the show now. Toby Manuel is the assistant sports editor for the New Telegraph. Toby, you're welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
Great to be here. Fantastic football yesterday from the Super Eagles.
Fantastic.
They did well against all odds, against the hosts, and also against our perennial rivals. You know, even if we lose any other match, it's not always good for them to lose against Ghana or Cameroon. But good one for the coaches, the players. They live up to expectation where we never expected. Absolutely,
living up to expectations. But those lads were actually condemned to winning that particular match, because the first two games ended goalless, 2 points, needed an outright win to qualify for the semifinals, and they did exactly just that. Courtesy goals from Anthony Okpotu from Lobby Stars, as well as Peter Eneji. Those are the guys that scored the goals for Nigeria that has taken the country into the last four of the WAFU Cup of Nations. And Toby, we're in the semis now, and I mean, you're just one match away from the championship side. I mean, what are you expecting from this side, considering the opposition you have in Group B? Do you think, okay, confirmation of the result again, 2-0 for Nigeria, and the other match ended 1-1 between Guinea and Mali. So Nigeria and Ghana advanced to the semi-finals of the WAFU Cup of Nations.
Looking at this result, okay, the other group, Niger and Benin will play today, Senegal and Cote d'Ivoire. We'll get to this later. But Toby, what was funny for me was a draw would have been enough. With the results, one of the series.
But you wouldn't have known.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying jokingly.
Right.
I'm thinking, if the game had ended in a draw, you will be sad. But by the time you look at the result elsewhere, it will be funny. When last have you seen a team qualify? Okay, well, Euro 2016.
Okay, we had at the 2013 AFCON when we won. We drew our first two matches, needed to win the third game. But when you're playing against a team that is very sensitive and technical, considering the fact that the Ghanaian teams play a robust style of football, almost similar to Nigeria's pattern of play. They're physical, they are energetic, they're good ball jugglers. So the coaching crew never wanted to take chances. And the best thing to secure such qualifications for you to aim for a win. Aiming for a win is making your work very easier. Don't forget the fact that we played well against Mali, but we ain't just scoring the goals. Against the second Guinea was so disappointing because a lot of people expected us to win that game, but we couldn't get the right result, that is scoring goals. But against all expectation, against the host Ghana, what the coaching crew do was to tell the strikers, you guys should be calm in the front of goals. And not forgetting the fact that we have a very strong defense line, also with a very good goalkeeper.
Right.
And even if they've scored, it will have also affected the morale and also the pattern of the game. So they played also while defending very well and also making sure that the goalkeeper doesn't concede. Because there was even an opportunity for the Ghanaians to score through and they were even claiming a penalty because the goalkeeper, Inkewa Izewa, had to lash on the on-rushing striker. But what actually happened was, it was immediately after they launched the counter-attack, and you saw that fantastic goal. Tony Okpotu was the highest goal scorer, 19 goals in the league. It was not just a fluke. He did very well. Energy Otepa
Man of the match.
Fantastic player also. So we have other silent workers. So Sokoro, we have other players also playing the team and also allowing everybody to play as a team. But the greatest thing they've done for themselves was to make a name for themselves and also prove a point. They're not just there to count the numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see how it stands. Of course, those other matches that you saw, you know, whoever tops the group will be playing Nigeria. But this is how it ended. Ghana was still able to top the group. Nigeria with 5 points, Mali and Guinea. So this is how it ended, Toby. Nigeria in the second position. So we will wait for the other group. Let's see if we can get to you the fixtures for today. Then we'll talk about what will happen. Niger against Benin, Senegal against Cote d'Ivoire, in a situation where anybody can still qualify from that group.
Yeah, the second group is still open, considering the fact that most of the teams are looking for opportunity to complement or correct the mistakes they made in their first 2 matches. So going to a championship like this, you know you're playing 6 matches. So just set your target at anybody that comes. And it's no better time for you to play Ghana now, get your money. So if Cote d'Ivoire comes, even Benin Republic, even Niger, the best teams in that group, all of them did very well. So it's just for you to have a mindset of getting the result when no matter who you're playing. But it's even like some of the commentators said yesterday that they preferred now that Nigeria played against Ghana and the Ghanaians know their strength. There's nothing ruling out the possibility of both teams meeting the final. What you just need to do now, whoever you play, whether Senegal, Niger, Benin Republic, or Cote d'Ivoire, you get your semi-final and get to the final. Right. And when you get to the final, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
All right. So, still talking about WAFU. Now that we're in the semi-final, what are your expectations? I must confess that I just saw this as an integral part of preparation for the next year's CHAN.
Fantastic.
Why you're in the semi-final? I mean, you could start aspiring to win.
No, definitely. The team started immediately after we finished the league. Considering the fact that we finished our league late, and we had to postpone some matches at the competition. The team came, they started gelling. They've not had time. Even the CHAN qualifiers, we had issues. We talk on this program. Then shuttling between the club and everything. The first match was an opportunity for them to blend. Second match, they weren't getting. Now they are gradually. Now, my biggest fear is not even whether they win anything. Because by January, the transfer market will open. Getting this set of players together, keeping them for the CHAN in 20, it's going to be very difficult because that is the biggest challenge. Now, if they don't win anything, whether they like it or not, they are sure of first, second, or third, give and take. If they win the semi-final, they get first, second. If they lose, God forbid, but it's part of the game, they get something bros to work for. But after they're moving forward, even the CHAN we're talking about, it is not yet sure because the bulk of these players, you don't leave out opportunity when it comes because transfer going to Europe has not been easy these days. So unlike the past, you see players signing and getting the transfer market. How many of our players did well in the transfer market? And what are the deals they sign? Our highest goal scorer, Ode, today we know what's happening to him. Even last year we had a fantastic player in Bobby Clement, helping Rangers to win. Where's Bobby playing today? Indonesia. And so now when the opportunity comes in January, most of these players will leave. Even their managers will tell them, leave now when the ovation is like. So that's the biggest problem.
So you have a problem with that,
I'm very skeptical keeping this game. Unless we will do and beg them, say, please. Like you beg. That was part of the mistake Ufam made. They begged him stay and play for Enyimba. They'll be playing Continental. They won. He scored 23 goals, highest goal scorers. At the end of the day, second season wasn't favorable for him. He had issues. Thank God his injury bounced back. But if you have mood when the ovation was loud, it will have just been good for him and his family.
Wow.
Okay.
Toby's worried.
He's an advocate of when you get your chance,
make use of it.
But then that will still be an opportunity for the other lads in the country that are not part of the setup right now to, step their claim
to the game.
That's a valid point. All right, let's go on a break. When we return, still so much for you on Sports This Morning. John again.